Now at 6, complaints pouring in against the Cleveland Water Department. Service abruptly turned off as a project stretches from weeks to months.
What about communication? It's free. Contact people. When you call somebody, call them back.
Neighbors forced to find their water elsewhere, but they are still being billed, and tonight, they're fighting back. Well, for more than a year, our On Your Side investigators have been digging into complaints about the Cleveland Water Department, and tonight, an entire neighborhood is fed up.
Rob, we're talking about constant noise, phone calls ignored, and big questions about water bills. Investigator Jonathan Walsh joins us now live. And Jonathan, we keep finding these questionable charges.
Yeah, Danita, it's almost like an endless cycle of complaints coming into our newsroom. People like the residents on Kensington Avenue right here in Cleveland are wondering, how did Cleveland Water come up with that?
We're just devastated. I'm aggravated with it.
Betty Urban stood with many others on Kensington as continued construction work went on along their street. It's all part of water lines being replaced. Service at one point was suddenly cut off.
One of the neighbors on this street actually had a funeral in the family, and the whole family came over to her house afterwards, and there was no water. And I said, no notice? You didn't? Nothing at all.
Neighbors got their water from a hydrant and hoses. They told me they got so-called actual readings charging them for water that never ran through their meters. When they asked Cleveland Water why,
we'd call them and they'd give us an attitude. On top of that, our bill, which I was expecting it to be a lot lower, was almost the same price.
We should be compensated on our water bill. For one, we shouldn't even have been charged for water.
It's all similar to our On Your Side investigations into poor customer service and roadblocks for City of Cleveland residents.
The mayor, we don't count on him for anything.
These neighbors told me this project was only supposed to last a few weeks, but ended up taking nearly a few months. That it's just now getting the last touches after News 5 phone calls and more help.
We've waited long enough for this. I mean, it took you guys coming out, and maybe it took our councilwoman doing her job very well.
So, how would the very people putting up with this describe how the city handled their situation?
Terrible.
Ridiculous.
Chaotic.
Unnecessary.
Irresponsible.
Well, late this afternoon, I got a text from the Cleveland Water Department saying it has reviewed what's going on out there and they will be reaching out to provide information and answer any questions. I will certainly let you know if any adjustments will be made on their water bills. I'm On Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh.